Welcome, folks, back to Engaged and Enraged. Another episode. It is January 20th. How we doing, Enraged?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Engaged?
Good, 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 good. Today is the
As good
day.
as we can be, right?
It's the start of the maga utopia. Expansion of territory, cheap eggs,
Yep.
meme scams, um,
Yep. Shit coins.
shit coins. Yeah.
I mean, I can actually say that my life is already 1,000 times better because of Trump's official coin
Oh, yeah.
hitting the crypto markets.
Yeah. Um, Super helpful for most people, right?
Yeah,
No.
especially all the people that put like a lot of their life savings or something into that, thinking that it was like something legitimate because, the president of the United States put his name on it.
So let me ask you, do you feel sorry for any of these people that
No,
did
no,
that?
no, 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 I don't.
No. No.
No, no, I actually, my cup runneth over from maga tears on that subject, and I'm awash
Hmm.
in them, and it's nice. They're salty.
Like
It's fun.
how many times do you think how many times do you think these people are gonna fall for this shit?
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
this is his
blatant.
second. This is his second meme pump and dump scheme that he successfully pulled off. So I don't know. I mean, as many times as the cult allows, I guess.
Hmm.
Whatever dear leader needs. I mean, think about this, Engaged. He made more off of this pump and dump with crypto through this meme coin than he ever did in any of his business dealings. I think he was like what they said, like 15 billion or something was like the most he was ever maybe worth or something, and then maybe he made a little bit more, but now he made like he got it up to like 40, 50 billion. Just from putting his name on stuff. Who's that remind you of?
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Did you
Uh,
know that during the inauguration, Elon was using his Neuralink and playing Path of Exile?
yeah, right. Oh, wow.
That's why his eyes are darting all over. It wasn't a ketamine, it was his Neuralink. He was just
Oh,
playing his game. He's
that's right, because
God
he's like,
tiering
yeah, God tier. He's like,
it.
I'm so good at this game. I've got all
He
the
wasn't
best
really
gear.
doing a Nazi salute there when he was
No,
given that. He was actually just like
boss fight.
he forgot for a second. He was like doing some moves like in the Neuralink shorted out and it actually moved his arm instead of like
Right.
the in game arm where he was doing Nazi salutes.
Right. Right. Wow.
So yeah, all that happened.
Yeah, so here we are. It's going to be a wild ride. Buckle in, folks. Um,
Yeah.
if you thought round one of Trump was bad, this round's going to be worse, but we're going to be here every fucking step of the way, calling this bullshit out and letting you guys know about all the fucking scams that these Republicans are going to pull.
I mean,
While
no
they've got
Democrats were harmed in this shit. You know what I mean? Like no Democrats were buying fucking Trump coins or
yeah,
Melania coins.
that's like the sort of the funny thing about it for sure is that it's not like any of the left wing people were buying Trump coins, like you say. It's like he's scamming his own supporters, which is just it's just funny because they take it. It's like they love it. They just love
They
getting
call us the
scammed by
sheep.
him.
They call us the sheep, but they're getting fleeced
I know.
constantly, man. With the, I mean, just think about if like think
Unreal.
about this. If it was the same on the left, there would be Biden coins, Biden water, Biden watches,
Watches,
Biden
guitars,
flags, Biden guitars, Biden cameos, and like
like
just like the
everything, dude. uh,
all that
Christmas
stuff.
ornaments,
Yeah, man. Like
Melania
hats with like
shoes,
there would be
whatever,
like hats, Biden
cologne.
hats with like glasses that fold down, and they look like motorcycle cop hat glasses or something.
Like
There's
everything
none of
is
that, man. He's commoditized the presidency.
like, how does none of
I
that, how does any of that not violate the emoluments clause? Like,
They didn't
it's
do nothing the
because
first time.
it's just the Constitution and this shit doesn't matter.
Nothing matters, man. Like he's proved essentially that nothing matters. That's why I don't understand why Democrats are still playing patty cake. Like I don't want to hate on Democrats right now either, but I'm talking about politicians, not the voters. I mean, like the
Mm-hmm.
voters keep putting these Democrats in there, wanting a fighter,
To
wanting
get some,
someone to go
yeah,
in there and get
some shit done.
something done, get it done, and not only that, but to rip these mofos to shreds because we have all these things going for us, dude. We've got a diverse coalition as our voting base. You know what I mean? We've got that going for us. We've got the economic bona fides, man. Like 50 years of like positive economic in
Metrics,
every
yeah.
fucking set yeah in every fucking sector. We have all like the moral high ground on many issues. It's like, how are we not obliterating these motherfuckers? It's because we can't seem to get our politicians to have the backbone they say they have when they're actually in office and go after these guys, and then B, when you actually do something good, to say you did it and fucking brag about it. We don't need some humble bumpkins, like, oh, we did like fucking Joe Biden. Oh, we did this awesome, infrastructure package and the CHIPS Act and all this, the fucking shit with, diet insulin,
Mm-hmm.
keeping that, like keeping where old folks only will have to pay $2,000 at the maximum for like prescriptions, dude. That shit's huge, and like nobody knows about it. And guess what? Now Trump's gonna come in and be like, "I did it. Look what I did. It's even already in effect, but I just did it."
Mm.
And he'll say something about it. That's what he did right after Obama. He came in riding Obama's coattails, riding the high of the economy after 8 years of Obama, riding the ship after uh, GW, fucking wrecked it. And, you know, when is enough is sort of the thing. It's like we keep having to come behind these guys and clean up their mess and then get blamed for taking too long cleaning up their mess. It's like, what the hell, bro?
Right, right, right.
I'm
Well,
sorry, I'm enraged.
yeah. Um, yeah, man. I mean, there's a whole lot going on. There's messaging issues, there's media apparatus issues that we have on the left. Uh, like you said earlier when we were talking prior to the show, like we want fighters, we need people, we're electing people to go in there and oppose these guys and fight for shit that we want to get done, and it ain't happening. So, we have
We keep
headwinds,
getting
and
mansioned
we
and
have
cinema and
headwinds,
shit.
though. Like, I will say that, like, the Biden administration did pass a lot of things. They did a lot of good stuff. On paper, most progressive presidency that we've had. But we need more, man. Like, healthcare needs to be fixed. Like, me and my wife were just talking about it the other day because we got a bill for just like some normal lab work that was like a year and a half ago. It was from a year and a half ago. Why do we get a bill for services performed a year and a half ago? And, we paid our end of the bargain and all the things that we're supposed to do. We paid our insurance premiums.
They just found it all of a
All of a
sudden, right?
sudden, we've got $1,200, like, so anyway. the healthcare needs to be fixed. You know, all of these things that we need action on that
That there's
still
a
need
bill
action.
is the problem. It's not that the bill came late, it's that there was a fucking bill.
Mm.
That's really the problem. Like I'm for single payer. Like I don't know how or well I actually we do know why. If greed is
Mm-hmm.
exactly why we don't have single payer healthcare. Like we are supposedly the most advanced, most civilized, the shining light on the hill, or shining city on the hill.
And free.
We're America, we're freedom, but we don't have free nothing. Like I was talking to my brosis the other yesterday about the military, and I told them, like they were talking about how, like, how the military, uh, incentivizes people, and I was like, well, they incentivize them with socialism, man. It's like that's the benefits for being
Mm-hmm.
in the military is socialism.
Yeah, you
It's like
get
you get
everything's paid for.
yeah,
For
free food, you get free
housing.
clothes, you get free housing, like you get all kinds of benefits as far as like loans to get a car, you want to blah blah blah, blah. All that stuff, dude. You go to school super easy. Did you guys
Right.
like, a lot of
A lot of benefits
doors
conferred.
open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could save a crap load of money if you're a young guy, but you also are government property
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
until your enlistment is done. You know what I
Right.
mean? You are going where they tell you to go. You
Yep.
are living where they tell you to live. So that's the
But it,
trade
like you
off.
said, yeah, it's an exchange for sort of that security of having housing and having some income and having a job. Just having a task.
And I'm not a war hawk or anything, but like I do believe that our government needs to have a military. How that military is used and like how much money we spend on it, I think is open for discussion. Like I don't, we need to be able to defend ourselves, but we,
Well, yeah,
there's a lot of
exactly.
things that we don't need to be involved in.
Well, if you watch the inauguration today, we will be expanding our territory, according to Trump. He said he has his ambitions on expansion of territory. So the war's coming,
I thought he
right?
was the non-violent, no war.
Yeah, man. Eggs prices for eggs are going to come down. I saw old Mike Johnson squirming on being questioned about what legislation's being put forth, and he's like, "Well, yeah, just a
A
little
plethora of,
it's a complex
it's a
web
whole
of
bunch. Yeah, a
we've
whole
got a
bunch of
whole bunch
different.
of things we got to fix. It's like no, yeah, well, no, 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 no,
We've got concepts of
no,
ideas.
no, 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 no. Old dear leader said that prices for
Day
things were going to
one.
come down immediately.
He said day one, bro. It's
That
day one.
immediately, yeah,
A matter of
immediately.
fact, he better be on the fucking phone with Putin right now too, because he also said that the
War would
war
be over
in Ukraine would be over within 24 hours after he
of
took
him
over.
being.
So we'll give him a couple more hours, but
Actually, let's not even give him that much because what he really said was he would have it over from
before he
when he
took,
was being elected. When he got
uh,
elected,
like Trump, like
not
Putin
even
was like, "Hey, I just wanted to call you, Trump, since you won, and just like send you this link to some Russian TV where we're airing pictures of your wife naked." And that's when I think of your cap, and we're not ending no war. We're gonna keep doing. Yeah, we'll end it if I get everything I want. That's what he fucking told them. And Trev's like, we'll think about it. I'll think about it. Yeah.
yeah.
Still, we got Joe Rogan over here, like, yeah, Zelensky wanted to come on the show. Fuck that guy.
Fuck you,
Oh yeah,
people.
fuck that guy.
Fuck you, people. Oh
Can you
man.
imagine
All
it?
right.
Like Joe's like, oh, I'm the anti-war guy, but like I'm glazing all over Trump, who was like, just give Putin whatever he wants. Like, and just like think about like shitting on the president of the country that was invaded by Russia.
It's
Russia's
trying to
supposed to be
defend
this
itself.
big,
Yeah.
tough, yeah, it's supposed to be this big ass, tough, scary superpower, and they have been at it for years, bro. And that's because Russia is not the fucking major superpower they pretend to be.
Do
They're
we have
broke.
to
They're
do
fucking baroque.
do we have to like break it down into like terms Joe Rogan can understand and be like, all right, so it's like a UFC fighter who's just kind of sitting off to the side waiting for his fight to happen, and another UFC fighter just comes in out of nowhere and starts beating him up. You're basically taking the position that the guy that's sitting there that wasn't really doing anything should not defend himself. Should just kind of like,
Is the
yeah,
aggressor for sitting there and not
yeah,
knowing he was about to get hit.
yeah. Does that make sense to you? Like,
Well, maybe the
can
way
we?
Joe fights. I don't know. Have you ever seen him fight? I
Well,
just heard a lot of
well,
talk. I don't give a shit. Like whatever.
right, yeah, right.
But you know, Joe Rogan is a huge thing. That's why we have to talk about his dumbass. It's not because like I don't watch a show because like I don't want to get
I've
dumbed
never really
down.
watched the show. I mean,
Like
outside of
he's
just
not
like
funny. He's
the
just like
highlights of whatever viral nonsense came from his show, but
yeah,
I've never
watch
really cared
clips.
to watch it. Like I don't get
No, I
into it
can't
that
stand
much.
watching. Like I've tuned in a couple times because he's had like like somebody on his show that I thought was like interesting, but it was
Hmm.
never like it's never like one of these right wing guys, like these
Yeah, just like
manosphere
a
guys,
religious form.
weird
It's like a
weird
religion,
peoples. But
a Rogan religion form. They
but look
have to
how
watch him.
look how Rogan has been. Uh, he's been radicalized, bro. You know what I'm saying? He used to be
He's
squarely
a
on the
flip flopper.
left. Yeah, a Bernie guy, solid Bernie guy, talking this, that, and the other, and now
He's a
he's
flip flopper, man.
completely,
You
yeah,
can't trust
yeah,
anything he says, man. He's a flip flopper,
yep, yep,
straight up.
and that's, I guess, that's the point
Isn't
we're
that what
trying to
they said
make with
about
all of
like
this. So,
yeah, isn't that what they said about like all the Democrats or Kamala Harris about her positions that she switched up on? That um that how can you trust someone that switches their positions on things? It's like,
right,
well, so then that makes Joe Rogan a flip flopper on most issues because I remember video and hearing him talk about calling Republicans out, like straight up by name, being like, Republicans, you need to spend more money on social uh, programs, funding for food stamps and that type of stuff. So he's a flip flopper. Can't trust him.
100%.
Um,
Can't trust them.
and and like he talks about like he don't like to be lied to, but then Trump lies
But then
straight
he's
up
with
to his
Trump
face,
and
or like this
or
shit that we're about to get
Elon.
into, this
Just the
meme. Like, what isn't it lying to
yeah.
people when you like act like you're selling them something that's not worth anything, and then like you wait till it hits some.
Or you tell someone you're an expert in something and
Isn't
you
that
clearly
lying?
aren't. Yeah.
Isn't that lying? I mean, so fuck off, man. It's
This is from the guy that's selling a fucking truck that can't do anything truck like, who put
whatever.
stainless steel exoskeleton that's literally fucking glued on with no clear coat or nothing over it, and then they're like, oh, I don't know why it's rusting. Fucking morons, dude. It's like
Whatever.
you could have sprayed some cheap ass clear coat on there, it would have still looked exactly like fucking steel, raw
Yeah.
fucking steel, but you wouldn't have to worry about oily fingerprints ruining your car.
Well, whatever. Fuck them, man. Let
But
their
no, I
shitty
get it.
fucking
It's like,
Cybertrucks rot and rust all over the fucking place. I hope they all break down next month,
dude,
dude.
when that guy like cooked himself at the Trump place in Vegas in that Cybertruck, I honestly just thought the Cybertruck caught on fire.
Mm.
Like, I didn't think it was like a terror attack. I'm just used to Teslas catching on
Catching on
fire.
fire,
You know what I'm
exploding,
saying?
and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Or
didn't
like
know there was
locking up.
anything like
You can't get out of
crazy,
them and shit.
or that someone just, had like, died in there or whatever. Like, nope. I just thought it was like, oh, that's funny. It's like, oh, and there's freaking fireworks in it too. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, I was like, damn, man, I was like, dude, these Cybertrucks suck. And then, of course, hours later, they're like, oh, this was like some kind of whatever. Obviously, it turned out to be a fucking Trump supporter.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
let's talk about the pump and the dump.
yeah, let's get into the pump
Let's get into this.
because you know they like pumping and dumping on each other.
Dude, Trump, this is the second time he's pumped and then dumped on these fools, man, and they haven't learned their lesson. I actually like used to really like crypto. I've since sold all of my crypto. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I feel like most honestly, I really like the utilization and the thought that it would be like a decentralized like form of banking for people, that are like that have not enough banking opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, that money can be moved easily without having to use like these big, money lenders or whatever that take money or fees and shit. But then like, on honestly, it just seemed like the bad fucking the people that you don't want to be involved got involved, like the hedge fund people in the banks and stuff, and they just kind of like co-opted it, and now it's just a scheme factory, man. Like,
Yeah.
if you have any clout, if you have any kind of like legitimacy, like if you're like I don't even want to say anybody because I don't want to smear anybody, but you know what I'm saying. If you have any kind of
Yeah.
like popularity or a fan base or something, they target it. It's like the Haktois chick had a coin and then it dumped, it pumped and then it dumped. I mean, it's
You
like,
mean you mean the dick sucking chick? Didn't she
yeah,
like
the Haktois that had
she
a
didn't
fucking
have like a
podcast with him.
product that she was selling somebody?
No, I
Oh.
mean, there's no,
Oh.
like these crap coins, these shit coins. There's
Bitcoins
really
from
literally
shithole
nothing to
countries
them,
or
dude.
from
There's
shithole
nothing.
people.
There's nothing there, man. You know what I mean? Like, they're built this way with like back doors in them. So it's like, yeah, yeah, we're putting out this coin and we're gonna make up this round number of like coins and then we're gonna dump like a shitload of these coins out there. People buy them up and it goes from being like nothing and it gets money starting a cruise in it. But then once like, like it reaches a certain amount of volume, they and they've pumped it enough full of suckers money, they dump it. They sell off their overwhelming amount of shares that they had in reserve, thereby flooding the market, and it makes the rest of the coins worthless
I mean,
because
it's
there's
like
so
not,
many of them, you know what I mean?
but it's not nothing new. It's sort of like the
No,
scheme of
it's
it because they
the
used to
schemes.
do that on
Yeah,
the market, and that's why.
this is this is the equivalent of like falling for the Nigerian prince shit on the phone, like your grandma, getting called up by some Indian guy and saying, "Hey, I need you to run to 7-Eleven and get some Google Play cards so you can pay this bill," or something.
Hmm.
Like, that's the equivalent. It's a very super obvious scam, and these guys cannot stop falling for scams, man. I mean, they
So I
anybody
guess
with a
I'm
functioning
I'm
brain
actually
knows
like
like
so I'm just kind of curious because maybe and I just because it's my I don't really know that much about the inception of these things. So like so on Friday Trump released this meme coin. Who, what, where, like who determines how many of these there are,
the
how many
valuation, right?
like and then like how many like so okay so like Trump
I think
says
you
today
basically
I'm
just
I'm
need to
starting a
reach a
coin.
threshold. You got to basically reach a threshold, like as a deposit, if you will, right? So you need, say, if you like, it can hold, I don't know, just to get it started or whatever. Say you want to put like, you'll put a couple $1 million in, right? And you'll call that the initial investment, and then you get some other people that buy in essentially, right? And they get a certain amount, and then basically you release the coins that you've just sold, right? Some people will promise to keep them in reserve. Trump. So if it's the Trump coin, right? The main person behind it would be the person that put the most money in, right? But then when you start releasing the coins, like this is how it's different from like a Bitcoin. Like Bitcoins are mined. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? There's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
computations taking place, and only so many can come out because you have to do the computations or whatever, and the scarcity is what makes them cost so much. With
Right.
the shit coins, there's no scarcity because they just keep putting more coins out. You know what I mean? They're not mined.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Nobody's
just like they
mining these
continue.
coins.
But I mean, so like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, who decides how many coins there are going to be when
it's
the
it's how
coin
much you want to.
originally is set up?
Well, exactly, it's arbitrary. It's like just how many you want to divide it up amongst, like, so like if you're wanting to run this scheme, the people who put money into it to meet the threshold to get into the marketplaces, right, where these coins are sold, those are the people that are gonna pull that money out because they have shitloads of coins. You know what I mean? Like it's just it doesn't matter how many coins there are.
Well, but
Doesn't
I beg
matter.
it's like in a sense it should matter because the value of the coin is going to change depending on how many coins there are, right? Like so I mean if like
I mean, but it's all variable though. It's like, like say they, okay, so like let's say it like this, like they say they released 100,000 coins, right, as the initial release,
okay,
but then every day they release 2 million. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
they're just
But
putting
okay.
putting more coins out there.
But just so this is what I'm kind of getting at. So on day one
They
you
keep they
have
keep it scarce at first. You keep a small amount. You put a small amount of coins out onto the marketplaces. People buy those, and the price goes up. And then this is the pump. You know what I'm saying? They start pumping it,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
price goes up because like it's already at it met like the minimum threshold for the reserve or whatever by the scammers, right? That put it in there. And now they are just waiting, right? Until enough money gets pumped in there. And then they can just release more coins or, sell what they have. They sell when people are paying a lot for them. And they just keep selling more and more coins. And it doesn't matter if it devalues, they just keep selling it because they've
It's so
already made
scam, dude.
so
It's so
much
fucking
money. You
scam,
know what I
man.
mean?
It's so
So they
scam,
just
dude.
have to coordinate amongst themselves to when to dump. You know what I'm saying? And you just start dumping all at the same time. and then it crashes it. You know what I mean? But by at that point, you've made the money that you put in for the reserve and a shitload more. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
mean? And a
Well,
shitload more.
we're gonna kind of get into it with a couple little
Because
clips
like
here.
you could almost like maybe like find out like you can track these things down and like find the wallet that the stuff dumped into. It's all got to be done through a wallet. So like if you do a transaction on a chain of any kind of chain, which this is apparently built on Solana, so on the Solana blockchain there will be a web a wallet address that you could find out.
How would someone go
Probably.
about finding that? You'd have to inquire through Solana, I guess.
No, you should be able to sleuth that
Hmm.
online. I'm not smart enough to know that, but I know
I
that you
wouldn't
can do it.
I wouldn't know where to
I'm just
begin,
saying
but someone could.
I know you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%,
Well, that would
especially
be
since we
interesting.
know when the dump is. Like, if you look at the chart, you can see it's within a day or so. So they just look at who, sold the most, and it was probably done over multiple things. But this is all like in theory. I'm not saying this is what they did because I don't have proof, but obviously Trump got really rich and the coin is doing really bad. So you
Well,
put two and
80%
two
of the
together.
holdings were of Trump and people in around him.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
So,
yeah,
uh,
because like create a false sense of scarcity and then you shite out a whole bunch of more of them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
See what is
But
it at the
again,
high there? What was it at the high?
oh, shoot, let
Almost
me
60 some, 62, 63.
63 and a half, and we're at 31.4. But
But like
it's
it
just
doesn't
wild,
matter.
man. Just remember,
Most people didn't have that much money in there. And like I guarantee no Democrats probably did.
well, I didn't buy any. Did you buy any?
Fuck no.
I mean,
I don't
nobody
know.
I
I got
know about any that I'm aware of.
you know what my wife would say to me if I told her I spent money on fucking official Trump coin? She would,
Meme coins. Yeah,
yeah,
get the
bro.
fuck
No.
out of here.
That's probably what she'd say. Get the fuck out of here. You're in the garage tonight. It's cold outside, folks. It is super cold.
Well, let's watch a
I
little bit
mean,
of Kyle's take on it. He kind of went over it a little bit. I think he had some interesting points. Let's take kind of a quick look and see what you
we
know.
like Kyle. Good old Kyle.
I've become a big fan of Kyle. I've always been a fan of Kyle, but
I used to be a fan of Kyle, and then I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. He was doing that fucking rich guy voice way too much. The
yeah,
smug rich,
yeah,
yeah. And I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
See,
he's doing it
okay,
every
yeah,
video, and I was like, dude, I gotta step away, man. And I just like it cringed me out for a minute. But you know what? I think
yeah. We
getting
all do
married,
cringe shit.
Crystal got a hold of him, was like, bro, you need to stop with this. You gotta stop with it all the
Uh,
time. Like bust it out, but not all the time, you know.
But hey, man, he's always been calling
He's
out the
got
oligarchy, the
he's
broligarchy.
been steadily saying the same thing, and I really appreciate what he does and like that he he's
Keep
got
rocking,
his
Kyle.
message and he's tough mofo, bro.
Yeah. So
That's it.
props to Kyle. Props to Kyle. So let's
Definitely
get
props.
get Kyle on the scene and see what he has to say.
Here we go.
Who's followed him closely over the years could tell you he's a grade A con man. But, you think on some level that some standards would apply right before you're about to be back in the White House. right?
No.
Just like some
No.
basic
No
decorum and
standards
human
here,
decency
sir.
would kick in, and you would go, you know what? Okay, I've had my fun. I've run my scams, but I'm about to be in the most powerful office in the world, so maybe I'll pump the brakes a little bit and get back to being Mr. Serious for a little. Wrong.
This is
That's
where it
not what
ramps
happened.
up.
In fact, he cranked
Yeah.
up the scamometer.
He's on
So
full
he launched a
tilt
new
here,
meme
baby.
coin just a couple days before his inauguration, and of course the rest is history. So let's go over here to CoffeeZilla is gonna break this down for us. This
Dude, this
is
guy knows
basically
what's
the
up.
scam buster online. He's the man. We've
Yeah.
had him on Crystal Kyle and Friends. He's done some phenomenal work over the years, just
CoffeeZilla,
blowing
I've
the lid off
watched
of
this guy
all
a
sorts of
lot,
different
dude.
scams. So here's what he has to say about the new Trump coin that just launched.
This is not how I wanted to start my 2025. Let me tell you that right now. Here's the
Whoa.
tweet. My new Donald Trump official meme is here. It's time to celebrate
slow
everything we
it
stand
down?
for. Winning. Join my very
Yeah.
special Trump community. Get
Like,
your
I don't know
Trump
what's going on.
now.
There
I
we
think
go.
because
Go to
he's got it sped up.
gettrumpmemes.com. When you go there,
Okay.
you join the Trump meme, which
Good
is
Lord.
buying something and hoping it goes up in value. Currently, that stands at a $13 billion market cap because nothing matters, which is great. I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. In addition, $12 million has been made in fees already just on the trading volume, which is over $1 billion so far. And I think that's even better.
Guys, I need you to understand. This is him scamming MAGA. This is him scamming his
So we were
own
just saying,
followers, his
man,
own
you know?
supporters. It's not liberals and leftists that are going to get Trump coin.
I'm
It's
saying
his
nobody
own
fucking
people.
bought this
He's playing
shit
for a
except
fool
for
here.
his guy.
I don't even know.
Yeah, like
It's his man, his people's.
but that's why I'm kind of like I just don't really care. And one of the other
Yeah.
clips that we're gonna watch here is just in here in a few minutes because we're just gonna check out a little bit of this. Just
This
kind
is
of
MAGA on MAGA crime right here. This is MAGA on MAGA crime
They-
fraud.
and they're just like they love it from
They
daddy.
love it.
They just love
Yeah.
it from daddy. Like
Because
daddy's
this is
stealing
this
their
is
money,
this is
you
the
know?
daddy that's like, hey, I'm gonna take your crypto money and you know
And
what, I'm
pound
gonna
you.
run and I'm gonna run to the grocery store and grab a dozen eggs. I'll be back.
Oh,
Get some milk and some cigarettes too. I'll see you.
yeah.
See you in 4 years, kids. Sucker.
Man.
I'm speechless, actually. I don't know what to say. It's historic in its stupidity. It's historic in its grift. The level of scam here to use
Yeah.
the days before your
Straight
presidency,
up.
your inauguration, to use that as a hype project for the meme. Like, did this guy want to do the presidency the second time, or was this the meme coin hype plan? We're 2 days away.
Oh, no.
Okay, understand.
This is just the
we are
beginning,
2
dude.
days away from
He's
an
got full immunity,
inauguration.
baby.
I mean, should he be writing a speech? He's launching a meme coin. Okay, that's the start of it. That's the start of the grift. Then you have to understand that the Trump meme coin, which has no value, no intrinsic value, 80% is owned by the Trump camp.
Oh, 80% is owned by.
See what I'm saying? They have the most of it, 80% of it, and then they just sell off a shitload of it, dude. And that drops the price, but it doesn't matter if it drops the price to them because they're making this shitload of money when it was high. You know what I mean? Like,
Damn, dude.
the
Hasn't
damage
Elon
is
been
done,
doing that
dude,
for
like-
like the last I mean, it's just a
with
scam,
Doge, I
dude.
mean, he's been.
That's what he did with Doge, man.
I mean,
back
essentially
back in the day.
all of it, dude. Like when you really break it down, crypto is almost exactly the same as like stocks, man. And like stocks, only 5% of stocks are not owned by like the ultra wealthy. You know what I mean? Only 5%.
At
is
least
in play.
At least the stocks. At least some of them have shit backing them. This is like,
Oh no, they're
this is
way more
crazy, bro.
legitimate. No. They're it's and not the same in that respect.
And
But
that's
I mean,
why
like,
we have.
I mean, as far as like it being like a normal person can have any kind of influence on the market, where
Right.
like Elon Musk can pump Doge by like slapping 1 or 2 million in real quick as a little injection to pump the price up. People are like, and then he goes on his excretion machine and excretes out dog, and then people are like, Doge, bulge and then it pumps up a little bit and then he pulls that money right back out, man. Because it don't matter for him.
Well, then
Just
he
having
has
fun.
he
It don't mean
has
nothing to
he
him. That's
has the money to
chump
buy
change,
like
man.
millions and millions of these little coins and then get everybody all excited
Yes.
about it, and you know, yeah,
He
it's
could
just
have an
it's scamming.
algorithm doing it, bro. I mean, he don't even have to, like, honestly,
Yeah,
it would
right.
make more sense to have computers doing it. I mean, that's how
Because they can
stocks,
time it and shit.
people aren't trading stocks
Yeah, there's still
like on there
computers
all
doing that
fucking
shit.
day. They got their computers doing that shit, man. Like, it's easy, easy algorithms, man. Easy algorithms to make money, microtransactions and shit through stocks and
Right,
all this
right.
stuff, dude. It's a, like, what did Carlin say? It's a big club, but you ain't in it.
Exactly,
Like,
man.
you,
Who did he surround
you
himself with
ain't in
today?
it, bro. If you never heard of this, you ain't in the club.
Yeah,
Okay, I've heard of it, and guess what?
I
I'm
ain't
not
in
in
the
the
club.
club.
We ain't in the
We
motherfucking
ain't in the
club.
club.
We still poor.
But at least at first glance, it appears to be what it looks like, which is a former president about to be president using the hype the hype of their campaign to
Yeah.
launch. I mean, it's so
God,
insane. I mean, it's funny in its
if
insanity, but
Biden
it's
would have
also
done this, it
gross
would have been
in how
just
cynical it really
mayhem.
is. I mean, you have to understand,
They would
most of the people who
have
actually
erected another fucking gallows down there for him.
Oh God.
Look at this guy. He's trying to rip us off. Blah, blah, blah. It's just more grift.
When are we gonna
Biden
have
crime
enough of this? Is
family.
what I'm wondering. Like, when is enough gonna be enough for these MAGA fucks?
I mean, at some point, when they have nothing left. I mean, and like, the other thing I want to point out too is like these mofos are so aggrieved and so broken over the price of eggs, but yet a lot of them spent like 5 G's to come to Washington for the inauguration, and then he canceled it on them. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably you worried about the price of eggs, but you could drop 5G to travel to Washington D.C. to be here to support your God King. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I don't really want to stand out in the cold with those savages. I don't need them anymore. I'm gonna hang inside where it's warm with my friends,
All my
and
rich buddies, yeah.
then we'll
My
make
rich
fun
donors.
of the stupid Democrats that we've kind of forced to be here through, um, you know, whatever reason they decide they felt like they needed to
The
support
same
a
inauguration he skipped out
seditionist.
on
Yeah,
4 years ago because he lied and
exactly.
said he won.
It's
Still
like,
hasn't
just
conceded
it's just
that.
more of the same from the Democrats. It's like, bro, if you can't even do a symbolic act like not fucking showing up for a fucking seditionist and a traitor that is now the president again because you didn't do enough to fucking throw him in fucking prison, like, Biden, what, like, he should have replaced Merrick Garland. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Hmm.
Like, and you know what? I hate to go off on a little, but if anybody saw Brian Tyler Cohen and Jank talk again recently, I'm still so fucking triggered at Jank, bro. I'm still so fucking triggered because the whole time we're talking about this, I keep thinking about shit that Jank said,
Hmm.
and it's really it's really bugging me, bro.
Well, like what?
Just like, how um, he's trying to say that he's got standing with the right, and that the right has some kind of intellectual morality where they're open for discussion. You know what I mean? Like, what did he say? If they only agree with you 5%, they're welcome you in, right?
Hmm.
Isn't that what the fuck he said, or something stupid
Yeah,
like
if
that?
you agree with them 5%, they welcome you in. If you disagree with the left 5%, they tear you down and they destroy you. You no longer exist,
And he's
according to
saying this
Jenks.
about, and like, now just like look at what Trump did. Look what he just did. He just fucking stole more money from his own supporters.
Uh-huh.
And those are the people he likes. And we're
Who,
supposed
Trump?
to do, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he
Yeah,
just
right.
stole money from
You
the
don't like
people
those
he
people.
supposedly loves, my peoples, the people who voted him in. But if it doesn't matter, it's like they haven't caught up to where we are. You know what I mean? We've known that he's full of shit. They still think he's trying to help them, dude. Like he cannot run again for president at this moment. He's done. He's a lame duck president, even though he's got all the house, whatever.
Mhm.
Like I hear people making these stupid ass fucking arguments that somehow, some way, we're going to be able to work with the Republicans now. Dude, we just got swept, cooked, crispied. You know what I mean? Lost. We lost, dude. They don't want to fucking work with us, dude. Every time we try to do this bipartisan shit with them, we look like fools, dude. They end up making us look like fucking fools because we go in there thinking that we can have some sort of good faith negotiations with these people, even come to a fucking agreement, and then some fucking billionaire donor calls up and like cancel it. Like how many times have we seen this recently? The border bill.
Right.
Trump's like, I need to be able to talk about immigration in order to win this election. And if you guys go and fucking try to do something, Biden's going to be like, look what I was able to get done. And so they didn't do it. Now, is that in the best interest of the American people? Fuck no. It was never about the American people. He don't care about the American people. It's a fucking joke. He don't care about all these trigger things that like he brings up. The trans people, the immigrants, what he don't care. They don't none of them care about that stuff. They make it they make it about these other people instead of about themselves. You know what I mean? They can't face the facts that they don't know how to govern. All they know how to do is be outraged and aggrieved about shit that they've done to themselves and blame Democrats for it. You know what I mean?
Well, they're not going to be able to, they're not going to have that, they may try to blame Democrats going forward, but they've got all the shit, so, like, the buck stops with them on all this shit going forward.
This
So
is where we
when,
got to kill them on communication, though.
yeah, man, we need to be here every step of the way, pointing
Hammering
out the
them.
scams, pointing out the fact that we switched the name of the Gulf, but prices of shit didn't go down. People still can't afford a house.
Or a car.
They talk about going back to like this time, this when America was great, when the man of the household could just work and have like a single income family. How does that work in today's economy? If they get rid of all the immigrants, how are we gonna now all of a sudden be able to allow for the woman to stay home and not have an income when you can't even afford shit now? So like it's all just nonsense, and we're gonna be here every step of the way, pointing it out, calling it out, being fucking outraged when we need to be outraged, and being engaged when we need to be engaged, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing.
And if you like that and you like what we were doing, hit us with a like, please, if you don't mind.
But you want to watch a little bit more of this here? Let's check. Let's Watch a little bit more, just to really like soak in the depth of the scam on his own supporters.
Buy this, like sincerely buy this, are A, like diehard DJing crypto heads who might make some money because they spend all day on Dex Screener looking for coins, and they caught this at 100K, or they caught this at 10 million, and now it's 13 billion, right? They're gonna make money. Most people who this is actually targeted at, which is normies, who go, what's a Solana? What's, I just learned about what Bitcoin was. What's a smart contract? Can I buy it with a credit card? Like the people buying this with a credit card? Roasted, dude. Game over. Obliterated. You're gone. You're done. You're never gonna. And then, by the way, of course, the third group, besides the snipers, the people, the degens who are looking for this, who are going to make money, the public's going to get wrecked, and then the other people are going to make money, obviously, the people who are going to make the most money are the insiders. Number one, the part of the Trump camp that knew this was coming out, knew the contract address, who got it right when it launched, right? Obviously.
What do you expect when you pack an administration and a
guess that's
campaign full of con men, sharp?
That's what I was kind of getting at earlier when I was asking you, is like, it's so scammy just to think that like on a Friday afternoon you can just kind of be like, I'm gonna launch this little fucking meme coin, and then like within days it's worth billions of dollars.
But the thing is though, you can't just like people are launching shit coins all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the credibility of some sort. Well, yeah, and you just gotta have people to scam quickly. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's why these scams keep happening by like, your Mr. Beasts and these popular. I'm not
like
your Haktua girl or whatever. Yeah, you're Donald Trump.
Or that 14-year-old kid, that like did a rug pull on like a live stream and then like flicked everybody off afterward. Did you see that one?
Yeah. I don't know, but that
14-year-old
sounds
kid,
right.
dude.
You know what I mean?
That's what he did. He like created a shit coin, as they call it, and he got like a bunch of his YouTube or streamer people that were into him to buy a bunch of the stuff, even some of his own family, and did all this shit, and he like rug pulled on live stream and then flicked everybody off. I think he made like 40,000-50,000. Like, it was a small little deal, but it was still fucking scammed a bunch of people.
This is what I'm saying though, dude. Is like falling for a scam like this is almost the same. It's like, this is like, if you fell for the scam, you're on like the same level as like some boomer that like has like half dementia, receiving phone calls, and now they got it where they can use the AI voice thing and it sound like their fucking kid calling them or some shit. You know what I mean?
Well, all I got is thoughts and prayers, bro. Thoughts and prayers.
I don't even have that, man. I got laughs.
Nothing.
I got hearty belly laughs and chortles and chuckles. That's what I got. Nothing but laughter.
Let's see.
Hey man, the fuck around phase is over. Right now we're in the find out phase. And like, the ship's on fire, but like the advantage we have over these MAGA chuckleheads is that we know it's on fire. They're over there dancing in the fucking fire, thinking like it's like old boy in what's that race car movie? He's like, oh, I'm burning in the invisible flames or whatever.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Ricky Bobby or whatever. If you're not first, you're last. You know what I mean?
I don't know what the name of that movie was.
Talladega Nights. Yeah, all the MAGA people are like dancing in the alcohol fire, like like, I don't see no flames, but it's hot in here. It's like, oops.
Unreal.
But I guarantee you, there's some people who, I had to compose myself. There's some people, I'm real sad and I'm real sorry. I'm feeling really bad for them because they put all their money on the Trump coin. And you know what? I had to tell my wife that we ain't got no future no more because I done lost it.
Sorry. Sorry for you, bud.
I'm sorry. I lost all my money. I shouldn't have bought that last pair of Trump shoes or the
Whatever,
Trump
man.
watch.
Fuck them, dude. If they want to spend all their money on Trump bullshit, then let them. Fuck them.
Let him.
Let's watch a little bit of the Bulwark's take on this. Tim Miller and JVL. I don't know if you're familiar with these guys, but I watch them every once in a while. I like JVL's take on this. It's pretty funny stuff here. But they kind of go into the blatant scam nature of this as well.
Give a little, as an investor, maybe a little perspective on what it is you're putting money in.
Our attorney would like us to tell you that none of what follows is financial advice or legal advice. No. None of it for entertainment purposes
that goes for us
only.
Too.
Yeah.
So people who understand crypto and blockchain, basically, it's pretend money, and there are as many blockchains as there are stars in the sky, and a couple of them are used as actual currencies, and so Bitcoin is used as a currency, Ethereum is used as a currency. And then there are some other blockchains which are used for other stuff. NFTs take place on blockchains, non-fungible tokens. Donald Trump did some dabbling in that. People may remember with the Trump trading cards with him as like an astronaut or Rambo, stuff like Rambo, that. I mean, just normal things that a guy running for president would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an important distinction. This is why this is actually big news and very interesting. This is separate from the Trump NFT.
Like, then you realize it's just kind of a scam.
Right.
It's like, what is this really? I was thinking it would be like some kind of digital, almost like a digital avatar type thing, where you would it would be very unique to you, like some sort of digital token or, something like cyberpunk or some shit. But really it's just just a photo or a digital image, man.
It's like a digital playing card.
I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Well, it's like when you would see like an NFT of like a monkey thing wearing a hat, and then it'd be like the same image of this monkey thing wearing a hat, but it'd be like 10 of them with all the just different colorings.
Different color hats, different color shirts, different colored monkeys, right?
I'm just paying for different color palettes here.
It's like almost like paying for icons.
Yeah,
and it's like there's really, but it's like for something to be usable, there has to be something utilitarian about it. You got to be able to utilize it for something. Otherwise, then what the fuck is it? It's just it's nothing.
Thing.
It's nothing.
It's a digital thing that exists on your computer.
It's ones and zeros that you put your credit card number into, and bye money.
And someone gets rich from it. Yes,
not you.
Keys, which are basically just for people who really get lost in fungibility and tokens, they're basically just digital baseball cards. So, that's what he was doing with the NFT, was digital baseball cards. It's a little more complicated than that, but not much. This is something completely different. This is an actual investment vehicle. Anyway, continue.
Well, hold on now. This is a meme coin, otherwise aka shitcoin. Which is a coin which is not intended for investment and which nobody will ever, not investment advice, not financial advice, will ever use as currency.
Right.
You will never be able to take your shitcoin, whatever that is. The Hawk Tuah girl had her own shitcoin, meme coin. You will never be able to take that and say, I would like to use my Hawk Tuah coin, the Hawk coin, to purchase a Tesla.
The Snickers, man.
Tesla
I'm hungry, dog. I want
so
this
what
Snickers,
these things are is they
Tuah.
are, again, not legal advice, schemes that
I use
resemble
my blowjob coin to get
Do you guys
some
take
spearmint gum, please?
here? Sir, this is Applebee's. Yeah, but can I pay with a?
What about Trump official coins?
Can I pay with that Haktua?
Can I
if you know what I
use
mean?
can I use this commemorative $100 Trump bill?
Come on,
Since
everybody
it's
loves
worth its weight
Haley.
in gold.
pyramids in some way. And the idea being
She's so cute.
they're basically gigantic wealth transfers from dumb people to smart people. Or maybe not even smart people, but from
dumb people to
marks,
con artists.
from marks to sharps. That's what
marks
it
to
is.
sharps,
Marks to
yeah.
sharps.
Yeah.
And so because again, they have no
His base, Marx, bro. His
value.
whole base is
What is happening is people are investing, meaning buying these coins, not because they think they will be able to do anything with them, but because they think other people are going to buy them, driving the price of them up so that they can be the sharps who sell before the rubes realize what's going on. And they can pocket money. Again, just giant wealth transfer. And
So here's
that's crypto.
Yeah.
I should just disclose.
You hold it until it pumps, and then you dump it.
Yeah, but it's like nobody knows when the dump's coming except for the rich fucks that have mass holdings of it.
Or you set up you just set up automatic trigger. You know,
True.
it's a certain price and
Boom. Yeah.
dumps them out.
Or
Easy
what was
peasy.
it?
Most people didn't
No.
know you could even do that, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you could do that.
I'm one of the sharps.
you got in.
I got in early. Early.
Because he knew.
5
How much
a.m.
money
this
did you put
morning.
in?
He
5 a.m.
knew.
this
He
morning.
knew. He knew. Okay, it's not that he knew ahead of time. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like if you know, yeah, he understands what was going to happen. Anyone with a brain like anyone with a brain knew what was going to happen.
And a bunch of disposable income or whatever that could throw down on it.
I mean, yeah, if you could take it, like he said, dude, like the sharpshooters, man, like they don't care that it was Trump coin. It could be any. They're
Of course,
like, there's
yeah,
a lot of talk about this coin getting in there early, and they just wait until they saw the number they needed to see, and then boom, dude, they were out, gone.
Yep.
And that's why they call them a sharpshooter, because you get in, yeah, you do your business, you're gone. Out. On to the next thing. You know, you're waiting for the next thing because you're not waiting around to see what happens. You don't give a crap.
Right.
And I don't want to make people feel a little. I don't want to make people feel bad about themselves because of my success. But I put in 3 hundo.
3 hundo.
3 hundo, and I am currently holding diamond hands more than 13 Trump coins.
All right.
How you like that?
I'd probably recommend selling soon because I have a couple additional facts I'd like to bring to the table. So Trump drops this coin again 3 days before becoming president of these United States. This happens after the chair of the SEC, who's been like one of the only people in the government that has been trying to put some regulations and rules around these various shit coins and cryptocurrency. He is
Harry
the
Gensler.
devil to the crypto bros. It's a guy named Gary Gensler. He's resigning January 20th, and Trump will be able to put his own people in there. So he'll have no oversight over this. So he dumps this coin a few days before getting in, when he knows there's going to be no oversight. There are ways the tokens of these coins, they vest in certain ways, and so JVL, well, I'm sure you should be very excited about getting in at 5 a.m. A big problem for you is that Friday night when the coin initially launched, 80% of the tokens vest to Trump's
Himself.
business partners. People
Fight,
in the
fight, fight,
Trump
LLC.
inner circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
that's
80% of the coins are held by them. And the value of this thing shot to 32 billion was the total market cap of this coin, of which Trump held 80%.
Dude. So ignorant, man.
Allegedly. Sorry, I should say of which Trump allegedly held 80% on paper.
Yeah, reportedly. So yeah, as Axios reports, that would mean that Trump would have made.
Stop it for a second. This is where I'm saying like the sleuthing would be helpful,
more than-
right?
Yeah.
Because if they could find out which wallet is his, being the main 80%, like if he sold a shitload and transferred that money on the opposite end to another wallet, it would show he did it. You know what I mean? Like you could see all the transactions or whatever.
Right.
Like if there was any doubt, he could be like, "Oh, whatever." But like, you don't need it. You honestly don't even need that. He owned 80% of it. So if he can't show you 80% of the coins, they're gone. He sold them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
why does he want to? Because like if he had that much control of the coins at this moment, he would have lost a shitload of money. And he'd be on the hook for all that shit too. You know what I mean? But if he's
but like, would even the 20% that he doesn't hold, would that be enough to cause the dump? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that he has 80% of it and he dumped out, sold a shit ton of it, causes the dump. Right?
I don't think he even sold all of it because like I think in his mind he's like, these dummies will do it again. So I'll hold on to some of it.
Sure.
At some point it'll pump again. Maybe I'll do something fun or not fun, but like do something and bring some kind of like, who knows, do something and like pump it again, and then he could do the same exact scenario again and dump another like 20% or something.
Yeah, no, I guess what I'm asking is like, does the remainder 20% of the holdings or like of the coin or the, whatever, like, does it have enough weight to cause such a like dump? Is what I'm saying. Like it would require someone that has a shit ton of it.
Well, exactly, but one person doesn't own 20% of it though, is the thing.
That's
it's like
exactly.
That 20% is dispersed amongst all. Those are the suckers essentially, the 20%.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It would be
they would have to
make
be
it more difficult.
coordinated.
Exactly.
Right. Well, they would have to be coordinated. All these thousands and thousands and thousands of different buyers to all then dump.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But they obviously that's not what happened. So
well, no, because those people are buying in, assuming that they're going to hold on to it and wait for it to go.
They were buying in as Trump was selling it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they were buying into is what he was, and then the reason why it was going up is because people were putting in a shitload of money faster than he was pulling it out. And by pulling it out, I mean like selling more of it. He's like, oh yeah. More. So that's why he's happy. He's a bigger billionaire. He's like, I'm not as big a billionaire as my daddy, Elon, but
yeah,
he made more. Like I said, man, he probably made more money in that than what he got from his daddy to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Imagine that, making billions of dollars in a matter of like a couple days right before you take office.
More than 25 billion on paper.
25 billion
for himself and his companies based on this coin. And you mentioned the Hawk-Tuah coin earlier. For people that didn't follow that, the Hawk-Tuah girl, she said you're gonna hawk on that thing anyway. Haley Welch, she has her own podcast. She's a competitor of ours, JVL. She launched a coin that had a similar initial trajectory. Yes. A lot of positive momentum on
for
that
about 15
coin.
minutes,
and then collapse. A lot of people, a lot of regular folks that were big fans of Hawk-Tuah Girl lost their ass on this.
A couple hundred people, a few hundred people lost their ass, and because what happened is this happened very, very quickly. It was about 15 minutes, I believe, the value spiked, and then all of a sudden it went through the floor because 10 large accounts suddenly sold everything. And there is, I believe, some legal action right now trying to figure out if what was done was coordinated, if it was coordinated, who it was coordinated by. Was this a rug pull, which is what people call it in the industry, when the team behind a coin pumps, pump and dump is what they would call it in stock world, but this isn't the stock because these are tokens and not securities. This is, as Matt Levine of Bloomberg always says, it's like the people in crypto are making a speed run through the entire history of financial assets in like 5 years. And so you've got a couple hundred people who are looking to file class action suit. I don't know how it's going to proceed or not.
This ain't got no money.
That's the type of thing you need to regulate when they have like terms for things like rug pulls.
Yeah,
that you wouldn't think that's the type of industry that would need any sort of oversight at all. Or any sort of regulation.
Why would it? Because it's all being done for fun. It says that when you
it's all
log into your
entertainment.
app, your Moonshot app or whatever, it says very clearly on the first page that you never see again. None of this should be done for investment purposes. This is all for fun and entertainment.
Meme coin.
And,
it's a meme.
Yeah, it's all
The
fun.
The Haktua meme, the Trump meme. It's all about memes, guys.
It's just a meme. It's all the
Expensive
time.
memes. I'm investing my future on memes, guys. How are you not into this?
All right, I'm over it, man. I think we get it.
For
We get
real,
it, man. It's just more schemes for the rich people to scam.
In the class
Damn
warfare, the right are losing. The voters,
man.
the right, MAGA is losing. They're losing the class war. And not only are they losing it, they are fighting it on behalf of the people, like keeping them stupid, on the people that are keeping them hungry and unemployed. And they're stuck on the Democrat teat of welfare.
Unreal, man. Well, so today is the beginning of Scam City, the maga utopia. It's all going to come to fruition. Lower, we're supposedly going to get lower prices on shit. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see. I probably have to hop off of here, brother.
Yeah, I'm out of here too, my man.
I
We'll
know you're a
catch
working
up.
man and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. We'll be here for you, folks.
Yeah, we'll be back at it. We'll be we're trying to get a routine going here, but we're new at this. We're trying to make something happen. So please like and subscribe. If you like what you see, we're gonna keep at it, man. We're gonna be a part of the resistance. So let's do it.
I'm done.
All right, see you guys.